In this video, I want to talk about lotteries. Why am I talking about the lotteries? First things first, I'm not saying that when you play the lottery that you are doing something wrong. Okay? That's not what this video is about. I'm not here to expose which lotteries are frauds, because there are many fraud lotteries out there. You never win. Okay? There are too many lotteries worldwide, so I can't do that. That's humanly impossible for me to do. What I'm showing you in this video, or what I hope that you will learn from this video, is the agenda behind lotteries. There is an agenda behind lotteries. A lot of folks only look at the surface of things. They think, there's a lottery going on. You may win 1 million euros. You know what? Let me just buy a ticket. If 40,000 people buy a ticket and I buy a ticket, probably I won't win, but I only have to pay 2 euros for a ticket. So let me just buy a ticket. Maybe I want to win the 1 million euros, maybe win 20,000 euros. So you just think, let me just try it. And then you hear that someone close to you won 50,000 euros. And she thought, why not me? Look, that's one side effect of lotteries. That you begin to ask, why didn't good fortune happen to me? So a side effect of lotteries is that it causes you to go into, how would I say, it causes doubt into you. You begin to think, why does good fortune occur to me? Why did it occur to someone else? It's not jealousy nor envy. It's more doubt that it stirs up into people as a side effect. But there are people that play the lottery, and when they don't win, for them it's just a game. If that's you, you're not affected by the lottery in a negative way directly. But the agenda behind the lottery hasn't much to do with whether you win or not. Again, many lotteries out there are hoaxes. If many people buy a ticket but nobody wins, that's the game, to get money from people for free. And how do you get money from free for people? By triggering the hope for relief. Because what's the goal here? People play the lottery often because they want financial relief somewhere. And because people are burdened with financial cares in general, even if you have a well-paying job, you're now occupied with having to do your work well, or else you lose your job. Because people are bound financially most of the time, pagans come with this game called the lottery that gives you the chance for relief. And nobody wants to miss out on the chance to get relief. It's just like drugs. Okay, but with drugs, you get the relief directly after you smoke your pot or after you take your heroin. With a lottery, there's this excitement that you might win. And this excitement alone makes you feel good. So for many folks, the lottery has become like a drug. Okay? For others, just a game. Just like you play sports, just like you play football or basketball. For others, just a game. That's it. But whether you're affected by it in a negative way directly, or for you it's just a game, you need to be aware of the agenda behind it. The agenda behind the lottery, behind lotteries, is that pagans, in this case I mean the pagans are involved in this agenda. Not all pagans are. The pagan rulers of the world are only involved in lotteries that concern millions of euros or millions of dollars. And most of the time, those lotteries are fake. But the agenda behind lotteries is that they want to draw negative energy from the community onto certain people. I've taken 4 minutes to build up to this statement, because I want you to get the context of what I'm saying here. Lotteries originally are designed to draw negative attention away from the community towards certain people. Let me explain how this goes. Let's say there's a lottery in, let me say, Belgium. I'm just taking an example now. There are 60,000 people that purchased a ticket, and each paid 20 euros for a ticket. So you count it, that's 1.2 million euros that folks gave away in the hope to get some relief. From that 1.2 million euros, only 1 million euros goes into the pockets of the ones organizing the lottery. It took them 20,000 euros to start this project, that lottery, and they gained 1 million euros. But the jackpot is 5 million euros. Those 5 million euros don't exist. So nobody can win it. What can happen is that people can win small prizes of like 20,000 euros, 30,000 euros, but a jackpot, nobody can win it. But nobody talks about that. So people play the jackpot, and let's say that in a town, let's take, not Brussels, Brussels is a big city, let's take in Molenbeek, for example. Let's say in Molenbeek, in that neighborhood of Brussels, 500 people play the lottery, and one of them wins 40,000 euros. That individual, of course, is very happy because he works a 9-to-5 job. He can barely make the end of the month, and now he has 50,000 euros. Man, he's so happy, so excited, and he gets the money on the bank account for free. He won the lottery, so the money is his. No taxation service, nobody's going to bother him. Now, what happened here? Of the 500 people that played over there, 499 was disappointed. They didn't win anything. If nobody won anything over there, they could just say, oh, it's just a game. It's just 20 euros, you could easily move on. But now someone won 50,000 euros. Okay? So that means that someone in that community has more spending capacity. That means someone in that community has more influence than the others. And that implies that all the other people, I'm not just talking about those that play the lottery, all the other people in that community will have to put up or endure the influence of the one that won those 50,000 euros. What will an individual do with the 50,000 euros? Well, he can pay the rent for a year, so he wouldn't have to, and he can go to his job and save money. There's many things he can do. He can go make a world trip. But let's say the individual that won the lottery thinks, you know what, this is a one-in-a-lifetime event. I can't waste this money. You know what, I'm going to spend it well. I'm not going to invest it in on the stock market because I may lose it. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to start a small business, and I'm going to invest in other businesses that are already successful. So 20,000 euros, he invests both in his own small business and in other businesses that are already successful. He still goes to his job, and he doesn't tell anyone he won 50,000 euros. But after a year, his investment in those small businesses, there's a return for it. He earned 40,000 euros besides his normal wages. So he got 50,000 euros, he invested 20,000, now he got 40,000. So now he has 70,000 euros. And that's how the guy keeps going. After a while, the people in that community will notice that this guy, there's a change in him. They used to see him driving an old car. Now he has a brand new car, but the car is leased. But nevertheless, you need to pay 600 euros a month to lease that car. And they think, how could that guy with that job at the post office afford such a car? They think that doesn't add up. And little by little, they'll figure out that 3 years ago he won the lottery. Now, of course, people will say happy for him, but this is not how worldly people operate. When they find out that he won the lottery, but he remain quiet about it, people are going to feel cheated. And once people feel cheated, they are upset. And when they're upset, they want relief from being upset. But why are they upset? Because they took offense. They took offense at the guy winning the lottery and having more spending capacity than they do. They have to work 95 jobs, or they need to sell drugs on the street, or whatever they do to have spending capacity. And this guy got spending capacity out of the blue. And not only that, they even knew about it, and the guy just used it to increase his influence. Now the people didn't ask for his influence is just there. So they don't feel in control. So now they become frightened because they don't know where the influence will go to, whether they will like it or not. They are at the receiving end of something which they can't control. And this angers worldly people when they aren't in control. So what will happen now? That guy in Molenbeek, or Molenbeek is a Dutch pronunciation, that guy that won the lottery, he now becomes the target of rage. And what happens now? All the people in that community that are upset because he won the lottery are now focusing their negative energy on him. And because they're now focusing negative energy on him, the negative energy doesn't affect anyone else. That's how the community is relieved of its toxicity, by redirecting it to a target. In ancient times, they would just point the finger at someone and everyone would blame that individual, and the individual would be killed. That's how the community purged itself temporarily of toxicity. With the lottery, they draw negative attention to someone by handing out a paycheck. That's the agenda behind the lottery, is to redirect negative energy in a community. Because negative energy will work out in violence, in crime incidents, in domestic violence itself. That will lead to other trauma. It will lead to accidents. And folks don't want all of that. Folks want to be left alone, living their daily lives without any interference. How do you achieve this? You need to remove the negative tensions of the community regularly. And one way to remove negative tensions is by dumping it on a target. And the lottery is an easy way to dump negative energy on a target in a very covert manner. That's why folks that often win the lottery, win the jackpot, within a few years, they're either broke or they're worse off. That's not only because many of them don't know how to manage currency. Because even someone that can't really manage currency, when they have large sums of money, they tend to get along with it for a while. The reason most folks that win the lottery end up worse is because the lottery is a trap. It's a trap you don't see coming. That's why it's a trap, and it's a very clever trap. Because once you win the lottery, not only you get the money, but you also get the consequences of others not having that money. And that means when people have their anxieties and they want to dump it somewhere, they can now dump it at you. Because remember, you're the one now with influence. Your will has more impact now, and others have to deal with your will. So when people have anxiety and they want to project it on someone, they now can project it onto you, because you're the actor now that they can't control. So now they can be frustrated at you. And when they're frustrated at you, you'll be the one facing psychic attacks, health issues, and sometimes even a premature death. And you repeat this over and over again with the lottery, and that's how you regulate the negative emissions in a community. You get what I'm saying here? So, the lottery is a trap. But many don't see it like that. As I mentioned before in this video, some people play the lottery just as a game. It can be that you have a bunch of friends, and because they all play the lottery, they have something in common, they talk about it. For them, it's just a game. It's like playing chess. So they have no emotional or mental investment in it at all. But that's not how it is with most people. Most folks really want an escape. And when they're disappointed because they don't have that escape, what someone else has, often trouble comes. A lot of folks, there are people doing this, they're praying to win the lottery. And all the time, they don't win. Sometimes you hear someone close to them won a large sum of money. And you think, I've been praying for so long, why can't I win the lottery? Those folks that are praying to win the lottery, they're not aware that their unanswered prayer is for their own good. Because if they would have won the lottery, their own relatives would have turned on them, sometimes even their own parents or their own kids, and some of them would have been murdered. Look, in the world it happens that, for example, you have people from the hood. One makes music and gets a small following on YouTube, and there are others who were close to them, that knew them from high school, whatever. They don't do anything with their lives, but they're upset because that other guy that's from the same hood as theirs has now reached something on YouTube. And they go after the guy to look for a fight to kill the guy. There are people that were killed like that. There were YouTubers that were murdered by envious people. And all those envious people were people close to them. Before they made it on YouTube, only a few thousand views. Okay, I'm not talking about channels that have over 1 million views, like this channel over here. Often, it's folks close to them that were on good terms with them that were now triggered by the fact that they had more impact. And because others felt out of control, they became upset and then wanted to act that out. This video, I didn't intend to make it this long, but I want this to get through to you. The lottery is designed to trap those that win it. Listen to what I'm saying here. Some of you played the lottery in the past, and you almost won the lottery. It was God's providence that prevented you from winning it. Because the Most High saw clearly, if you would have won that lottery, I'm not talking about winning millions of euros or millions of dollars, maybe just 100,000 euros, $100,000. The Most High prevented you from winning the lottery. Because if you would have won, and you would have gotten that money, some of you would have been dead by now, or in wheelchairs, or you would have been in coma for years. Some of you, very bad stuff were awaiting you if you won the lottery, because that was the purpose. And the one that would win the lottery would become the target of negative energy. That's how they reduced the amount of crime incidents. They reduced the amount of, well, they can't really remove it, but they reduced the amount of domestic violence and the amount of accidents and misfortunes to the community is by putting the focus on negative energy on certain people. So now you know that the lottery is a pagan hoax. It's not a hoax in the sense that nobody can win, even though there are lotteries that are complete hoaxes. It's a hoax in the sense that when you win, you don't really win. When you so-called win and you get the money, there's a lot for you that you have to put up with. Much destructive things. Seldom will you encounter someone that won the lottery and they end up well. Why is that? Because the lottery is designed as a trap. So, instead of putting your trust in the lottery or hoping for a chance over there, agree with Christ and walk in true prosperity. Be at peace.